You're welcome back. Let's get interactive and hear what you have to say on the topics that we posted on our social media pages. And the lovely Aisha is here to give us the details.
Hello, Araba. You know, the week has been very exciting, full of a lot of activities and drama.
Exactly.
And so, guess what? Today is going to be very interesting conversation. You know how to join it? It's on facebook.com/joinusOnTV, and on Twitter, it's on Join Us on TV. And you know the rules, especially today is a Friday, and you know how we do it. Now, the administrator for the newly renovated and opened Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Dr. Thomas Anaba, has been relieved of his post. Well, Dr. Anaba has registered his displeasure about this decision and vowed not to leave his post until certain conditions are met. Question I ask, what's your take on this controversial issue?
Thank you very much. I think Mr. Anaba has been transferred from his current post to where previously he was working. And he's a public servant. And as a public servant, as and when your service is needed somewhere, you need to go and serve them. If the government thinks that his service is needed at where he was before, and they deem it necessary to transfer him, then at least if there are some emoluments that are attached to transfer, with, like I said, for teachers, I know when you are transferred, there's something called a transfer grant. If in their code of conduct or in their whatsoever that is guiding their activities, if it is there, why not? They should provide. But if it is not within their jurisdiction and it is mandated to go, there's nothing the government can do.
So if, for example, maybe other administrators have been given transfer grants for them to leave their post to different distant offices, I don't think it is any problem for us to take it as a saga. I just take it to be very simple that if others have been given transfer grants, he should also be given.
It's very interesting, but one interesting thing I find about this whole thing is this. When somebody is relieved of their post and somebody is asked to step in, that's cool, and you don't find people complaining.
And that's the argument people have been making in Dr. Anaba's case. That when he was brought in, somebody else had to be removed. But you see, you have to look at the principle. It's not good, and I think that we must allow public service professionals to work.
I think if you listen to the labor consultant Austin Game, he made it clear that, of course, the procedures must be followed. And if we begin to treat some of these things like we bring politics into some of these things, it will not augur well for all of us. And so let's check what you've been saying on Facebook.
And a lot of people have been talking about this. Bambaki Asamed writes, this man is amazing. Leave my work for me too, it becomes an issue. Even the people under him are asking him to leave. He's only making a mockery of himself. If he doesn't leave with honor, he will definitely leave disgracefully like Yaya Jammeh of Gambia. I don't think it will get to that though. Emmanuel Aji Asama writes, this doctor is not serious. He should remember that someone was removed for him to come and stay. In the same way, he will move also. He should stop drawing attention to himself or must go and impart knowledge. Why? He has seen that the place is sweet. That's why he's refusing to go. Demi Simon says, the decision is politically motivated and it's not surprising at all. After all, partisanship has infiltrated so deep into our every facet of life that we can't do anything without it. Very, very sad, he says. Haruna Eliaso from Tamale says he must draw inspiration from the adage, new king, new law, and move on. The Minister of Health isn't asking for too much from him, a mere handing over to his deputy. The government has a vision. He may not necessarily share in that vision. Hence, it's appropriate to make way for those who share in such vision.
But let's not get him wrong. He's only saying that. I don't think he has a problem with he moving on, but he wants the right thing to be done. Exactly. He wants them to follow the procedures because the minister doesn't really have the direct mandate to do that. It must pass through the right channel. I think that's a point he's trying to make. And Joshua Freeman Osato says politicians think they can just step on the legs of civil servants and go free. What do the minister know about health? Doctor in health services is a class of brain, not honoring doctor or money buying degree. And those are some comments on Facebook. Also, in this era of high terror alerts and tightened protocol at the airport, it seems it's becoming more difficult to ask your close friend to help with your luggage when traveling. I'm sure you have your own experiences when it comes to asking a friend to kindly pick a bag from maybe Ghana to Europe to drop it somewhere for you, or from Europe to Ghana. So what I need you to share with me is, if a close friend asked you to help with their luggage en route to Europe, would you agree?
No. Well, first of all, I want to know why you want me to take your bag to abroad, and then what's in it. I can't just take it and then take it abroad. No, I can't do that.
So what if you open the bag and you see there's nothing dangerous inside? Will you still take it?
I would have to know, why would I take it still? Why would I have to take your bag abroad?
No, why should I agree? Because I don't know what's inside, and he also don't know what my luggage is. So adding your luggage might also prevent me from taking some of my stuff to travel. So I wouldn't do that.
No, I won't. Because I don't know the content of that bag. So I will not venture. Whether it's drug or whatever, I won't take it.
Well, it depends. If I really trust the friend, then I will take it, because I need to be worried because there are narcotic issues. So if I really trust him, then I will take it.
Yes, I will agree. I would have to check the content and know what it is. And, you know, if somebody I can trust, I will agree to do that.
No, please.
Why?
Maybe I don't know what the person put inside the bag before giving it to me. It's going to create a problem for me, so I won't allow that to happen.
So would you carry such a luggage? Let's check what you've been saying on Facebook.
Well, Darlington Selassie Kumako says, well, until thoroughly and thoroughly, well, I don't know what word that is, but past 1, 2 to 7 scan, devoid of flammables, anything metal, contraband, is gun, knife, explosive, and narcotics, I will. Since reaching destinations, fingerprints, attestations can prove the rightful owner, hence some can betray parking any. Okay, this message is
quite
a bit unclear. Yes. Nana Kofi Taylor writes, never, because it may contain some substance like cocaine or a bomb which may land me in jail or cause my unfortunate death. And Sami Loba says, we will package the bag together and check it at the checkpoint before I accept it. Nana Kofi from Bond says, a big no. Today, never even trust your twin brother. Even God will judge me for doing that. Yeah. And Emilia Ahima says, never, never, never. I trust no one, not even myself. I will not even take a pin. And Bawa Musa says, no way. Why should I do that when I don't even trust myself? Hashtag paddle your own canoe. So a lot of people don't trust themselves even. Crime Link says, I will not trust any human being because even your own shadow will leave you when it gets dark. Nah, I won't agree, Kra. Doesn't seem like anybody agrees.
Of course, Ibrahim Abdul says, of course not, but it will also depend on how close you are with the person. These days, trust is a hard thing to come by. Harun Elias Otamale says, no, it's the last thing every rational human being must consider doing. Trust is long gone down the drain. We must not mortgage our lives and freedom. When you are caught with such a baggage containing narcotics, no one will be there for you. Nayeli, with all her beauty, is languishing in jail in the UK. And those are some of your comments on Facebook. All right, so finally, a granddaughter of the Japanese Emperor, Princess Mako, has decided to give up her crown as she marries her boyfriend, who is a lawyer. For the Japanese royal family, which has strict rules of succession, this could have dire implications on their family. But the story seems so romantic, isn't it? Choosing love over a crown. The question I ask, if you were in her shoes, would you give up your crown?
Yes, I will. I believe in love. And when it comes to love, I'll give up anything at all for it.
Of course, if I really love him and I know I won't regret it in future, I'll definitely marry him.
I would give up the crown, but I would want to maintain a part of my royal name and then add my husband's name to it.
Why?
Firstly, I want that princess status, and I still want the man I love, so I'll try and combine the two.
I'll give up. Why? Because I love the person.
Interesting comments from the streets. A lot of people seem to feel that they'll give up. I'm sure they're not in that situation yet.
Yes.
Probably they may not take that decision. But what would you do, Araba, if you were in their shoes?
Oh, well, I don't know. That it's a very strange situation to be in, honestly. But let's see what people have been talking about.
But I think it can easily happen to anybody to give up your crown for love. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Let's check what she says on Facebook.
Love conquers all, that's they say.
Yeah.
Anyway, Barima Kubaji from Jinjini says, that's true definition of love. Princesses mostly move around with maids who invade their privacy and even end up snatching their loved ones away from them. I believe the Japanese princess has made a very sound decision. Haruna Eliasu from Tamale says, love leads at all times. Not everyone fancies such reserved life in royalty. She took the wisest of decisions, provided that's the surest way of providing her happiness and comfort. And Linda Veronica Akubila says, power means nothing when you're in love. And by the way, where would royalties take her if she has no man to support and stand up for her? It's a good question, Linda. Frank Dajare says, in this modern world, this girl should think twice. It might be royalty. That's why the guy is in. But if it's real love, then let them be. So Frank suspects something. Bamba Klasamet says, if he loves her back equally, then there's no problem. Because as long as they remain together as man and wife, herself, her royalty, and her wealth all belong to him.
But this brings a burden on this man, because if he dumps her at a point, then that will be a very unwise decision to take. So I believe that the man will live up to expectation. And Adnan Al-Hassan says, Florence Nightingale gave up riches and prestige to become a nurse to cremate war soldiers. Today, all her compatriots are long forgotten and she's celebrated globally. Love rules the world. I think I agree with you. Religions are summarized as love one another. And Mano Minka says, Saba Bernard, I like your comments, but why didn't you also think of what if the man remains loyal, faithful, and dedicated to her? Sometimes we get broke, but doesn't mean love doesn't exist. Love is not wicked, but the person who treated you bad out of love is the heartless one. And
and then the Saba guy then comes back to replies, Apu, what kind of love? What if the man cheats on her? It is there that she will start smelling pepper.
So that's why the man has to live an exemplary. He shouldn't do anything to damp her. All right, listen.